Adam, where are you? Concerning current events of today, but also what's happening in the whole world. Wars, famine, disease, the love of money has cooled, and grief and loss nowadays gallops on his terrible steed. Terror and darkness occupies our world and people's souls. One by one, the seals begin to break. The seals referred to in the Apocalypse, the book of Revelation of St. John. The angels take the trumpets in hand and prepare to blow the trumpet. And after their own trumpeting, those 7 vials, one by one, from the hands of the angels on the face of the earth and the lives of the people to pour out, and they are prepared. Everywhere, evil, fear, despair, and rage, hatred and corruption. My eyes no longer see anything other than these. And in all this darkness, where hope is lost and man tries to find somewhere to hide, in my ears I hear your own voice, my God, saying so clearly, Adam, where are you? And there comes into my own soul, of the Garden of Eden, of paradise, the undefiled image and that pure and spotless mirror in which I saw your image and form, before I denied you, and the mirror became 1,000 pieces. Around me I see the world overwhelmed with unbearable suffering, and I stoop to the face of the earth, one by one, to pick up the pieces of that immaculate mirror, to try in each piece to see the beauty that was lost, and death our world with the horrible covered his form. The miracle of human life became a tragedy, a curse covered in the earth. The blessing was lost, and I hear in my ears your own voice, my God, saying so clearly, Adam, where are you? In the garden that you created with your own hands, evil nested. In the garden in which you, God, yourself took the risk of human freedom. In that garden I was confronted with the question of my response choice. The freedom of the garden is the freedom you have given me to choose if I want to trust you. It is a choice against every other freedom I have if I want to have fellowship with you. And it was this freedom not to trust you that became the gateway to the loss of freedom itself. To be lost when I was confronted with this choice by the snake's enticing voice, that is, the evil one. If that snake, that serpent that has been at war for centuries with you and I, lived that I once denied you and I still deny you, that you have never stopped loving me, and you will never stop even if I turn my back on you. And now that my mental health has been disturbed, now that my life has become a wreck, now that I have paved the road that leads to you with demonic rubbish, I still hear in my soul your voice calling me and telling me and saying, Adam, where art thou? I look at my life without you, and I see the demonic to be found not only in the strange and occult, but also in the paralyzing systems of the destructive force that rages in human society, in the world of lies and slander, the world of deception, and my neighbor whom I hate instead of loving. The demonic is still in the attribution of blame, as when then in the garden I still lived with you in your holy place, as yours. The demonic is found in the law of revenge that has corrupted everything in me and around me. And in the midst of all this, I still hear in my soul your voice calling me and saying, Adam, where are you? And I constantly remember that voice of temptation that did not come as a voice of evil. The mask he wore, my soul's eyes still see. The way he hid himself in a creature of yours in the garden, I still remember. The serpent, that is. The serpent that did not appear in this story as the cause of my failure, but as the one that brought me face to face with the reality of my trust in you. And when I betrayed you, I found it easy to shift my responsibility for my failure to you and not to myself. And I still continue to find the cause of my sin in others or in you. And in the midst of all this, I still hear in my soul your voice calling me and saying, Adam, where are you? When I'm faced with disappointments and pain, when I hear of wars and rumors of wars, when thousands die of hunger, millions in wars, and when hardship tears the lives of righteous people, will the unrighteous prosper? While the unrighteous prosper, then my heart cries out to you, Why, God, have you forsaken me? Why did you let such a bad thing happen? And it is the time when all these questions bring me face to face with my own responsibility, and I have to answer what I did, and all this took place. This is from the Desert Birds of Paradise, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Yesterday, I listened to a very beautiful sermon lecture by a Jewish rabbi. He was talking in American and Hebrew, but I did notice one word, well, two words. Daven, meaning pray. David, the Psalms of David, he was David, because he was the one who prayed all the time. Daven, he says we have to pray when all these things are chaotic around us. And he also said a word in Hebrew, which is aktis. And aktis in Greek means grudge. And it's the same word in Hebrew. Now, yeah, because a lot of Hebrew words are actually ancient Greek words. Even their alphabet is the same. Now, so he had two words. Get rid of the grudge and turn it into blessing through very intense love and prayer. And that's what I agree with him on. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.